Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to Trophy Chronicles, where today we'll be taking a look at the Platinum Trophy and 100% for golf with friends. Which I honestly I didn't think about until I was doing this. I don't know why it's called that. I mean, yeah, it's multiplayer, but what golf game or sports game isn't? I can't tell if there's any more, like, there's no more focus on multiplayer playing with friends here than any other sports game. So, who knows? The best you can get is that when you start the game, it automatically starts on online play, which is really annoying because when you click, you have to wait like 5 seconds before you can cancel it for some reason. But yeah, I guess when I add in the fact that there's no real goal to this game other than just playing, which not I'm saying is a bad thing. Maybe that's the aspect. It's just for fun playing with friends because if there's no direct goal other than getting a good score, then maybe that's the aspect. But yeah, what is golf with friends? Basically, it's a typical arcade style golf, except the biggest kind of change here is it's more focused on you being the ball. You don't hit it with like a club. It's just you are the ball. You set your distance. You set your power with left stick. Press X and boom, fires off. There's really not a ton to say about this. Over the course of a bunch of courses, you aim the ball. You try to get a pair, which I guess if you don't know is just the amount of shots to take to get into the thing. Every course has like 9 or 18 holes, and then you try, and every course has like a set score you have to get under to get, well, the trophies, but we'll get into that. I don't know if you actually get anything for this outside in the game. I know you have like customized stuff, like different looks for your ball, different like stuff that comes out of it. Other than that, though, it's just you play for fun. Over the courses, you'll have obviously like, compared to a real golf game, it's a lot more silly, it's a lot more exaggerated. Instead of just, it's not just a course, it's like almost like you're shrunken down into small place, like in you've seen a lot of games. So you lose like random objects to bounce around. It's a lot more vertical than your typical golf game, a lot more precision based. It's like mini golf meets, I don't know, micro machines. So sometimes it'll just be simple, hit off a wall, bounce it into the hole. Sometimes you have to hit it off of something, bounce off of this, hit over here. You'll have like a haunted mansion where there's a giant table and you have to hit off. If you get a good score, you have to like hit it off the plate, bounce all the way across the table and land. And unlike real golf, if your thing goes into ball goes into the water, it doesn't just, you're not just out. You can jump. Sometimes it's pushing you anyway, so the goal is to get into the water and then push in the right direction. You'll have levels like the worms level where you'll go through a thing and it's like a jetpack and you can fly and you have to try to like use your jetpack to like bounce out right into the perfect place. It is a ton of fun. For a simple little arcade style game, I don't even know where it came from. Like I'm not sure if I bought it, I can't imagine I would have. It must have come from PlayStation Plus or something, or been really cheap. But it is a really fun game. Like I said, there isn't too much to say about it. It's just it's golf. It's mini golf basically. The only big obstacles are things like the water when you don't get to the right place, or sometimes you go off the course because that's kind of the goal too. Try to hit it just hard enough to bounce off a few things, but not go out, not go over a ramp and fly away. Not including the DLC, there's like 10 courses I think, and they all offer a unique variety, unique backdrops, unique style of things. Some much harder than others, and there's also some silly little things you do like a basketball version of it and hockey. Not necessary, but appreciate a little silly things. They're decent. I don't think you ever have to do them like really good. I think you have to take one hockey, one golf out or basketball one outside of the DLC, but we'll get to that. Basically, it's the same thing. You hit the ball with the same way, except you can press X to bounce it and you get into a basket instead of a hole. Or with hockey, there's a goalkeeper kind of going back and forth. You have to just hit it in. Same thing, just different kind of slight variations. I say my only big negatives are one, it can be slow because for some fucking reason in a game that is like it's in terms of trophies and consider it is like a total pair for the whole set of holes. They obviously expect you to try this over and over. That's the kind of game it is. If you're not meant to try these over and over, then it's 10 or 11 courses you play once and never again. So it's clearly the intention. What's the problem? No retry option. Sports games, no. Learn. Why? Why can't seriously? What is with golf games, especially not letting you retry? I get it. They don't want you to. I'm not saying that you should be able to retry every fucking hole. I should be like, oh, I got a hole in one and every or 3 times in a row, and I'm on hole 4 and I did bad. Let's start that one again and get a perfect. Like, no. But I mean, in the sense, so I don't have to quit, wait for a loading screen, go back in, wait for long. Like, just let me retry. It might sound like a nitpick, but when you're trying to get a good score on a hard course and you failed 20 times in a row, you've been there for 2 fucking hours, and oh, I made a mistake. Now I have to quit, wait. Just let me retry. I've been bitching about this since fucking Gravity Rush, and that's a Vita game. That was on like early PS4 remaster, so no excuse. Sports games don't like letting you do stuff like that, especially, I think. Fucking infuriating. There's also things like if you go off the course, especially into like sometimes there's places like if you go into the water or if you bounce right, you can get back in. But sometimes you fall out of the course and you're just like slowly rolling, and it won't let you go again until it stops. So you're just like, and you're like, come on, come on, come on, just hurry, 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 and it's like waiting. And it's just bored out of you. It's gonna come the fuck on. If there's a possibility or you can get back in, that'll be fine. But no, you're just like slowly waiting for it to let you move on. And it is a slow loading game too. And it'll show you an overview of the course, and you're not just skip that either. And like it's an indie game, so maybe that's part of the loading. But a retry option would have made this game significantly more tolerable. And I honestly think it could have shaved a good chunk of time off my thing. Other than that, though, no real faults. I can't think of anything that's like drastically wrong with the game. And yeah, I don't think there's actually really much more to say. So let's just get right into the trophies. There are 37 trophies in the base game, so 36 and a platinum, and 20 more that I've made 57 with the DLCs. One of those comes free with it, with an extra 3 courses. One of which being an escapist level. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that actually is the same team as Worms. Is Team 17 the Worms people? Because they do have a Worms level, so that would add up. The trophies, again, there's really not much to say different there. They have your few basic ones like take 50 or 100 shots, there's like 3 for that. Get a birdie, get an albatross, which is basically have like a par 5 where you get a goal in a hole in 2. Yeah, 2. Then there's like run out of time, there's like 2 minutes per hole. You're never going to do this unless you do it on purpose, I'd say. Actually, that's not true. If you do really bad, this will happen probably. Go out of bounds, 50 times. No, that's not a lot. You will definitely do this by the end. Trust me. And there's stuff like play one basketball, play one hockey style, one custom game, one game online, which can be frustrating because you have to finish with a person. Unless you have a friend to do this with you, you're going to get into a game where it's like, here's a person playing with you. Oh, they've lost too bad, or they've won too good, and they just get bored and leave halfway through. It's happened like 3 times. And you can still play on even if the person leaves, but you don't get the trophy unless you finish with them, which is fucking annoying because some people will just leave if they're losing. So I tried even towing the lines, like, okay, if I'm winning too good, let's back it up a bit. Other than that, though, pretty much every trophy is exactly the same. Every other trophy in this game is beat beat the course under par. No, simplistic, yeah, in terms of like the style trophy, very simplistic, but it's kind of like if there was a bunch of trophies in the Contra collection, which is like beat the game without getting hit. Conceptually simple, yeah. Easy, no. This game is, if you're going for a platinum in this game, it is fucking tough. No, some levels you will fly through, you'll do absolutely fine in your first or second attempt. You'll have, there's more than enough generosity where it's just like you could have 2 bad rounds, like 7 or 8 shots when you need 2 or 3, and you'll make up for 1 or 2 less in every round. But oh my god, the precision you have to get in some of these out. There are some like par 5 where the idea is you have to hit it in just the right angle this way, make a bounce off this, bounce off that, and that's the only way of getting a hole in 1 or 2. Otherwise, you're probably getting like 6 or 7. The hardest easily for me were like the Worms level because there was a lot of ones with like specific. There's mines you have to bounce off of, the jetpack levels, and it takes a while too. It might not sound like, but it's not even about like any big leaps. You're never going to probably go from like, oh, I did 60 out of 58 shots, damn, or like it's never like, oh, I did 60 shots and I need a 42, and then you'll try again and get like 45 and then do it again, you're done. A lot of the time it's going to be such slow progress. You're going to go from 60 to 58. You're gonna have to like focus on specific levels. Like I'm gonna have to fail level 7 a bunch of times just to try to perfect this one shot. There are times where I would genuinely be playing this game for like 6 or 7 hours, just listen to something in the background, and I would just do one, if even one level. Thankfully, a lot of the like it ingrains itself in you. Because even when I was going just footage here, sometimes I would have shot like some of the toughest courses, and I was like, oh, that was easy. Because I had to do it so many times while going for this that it just ingrained somewhere in the back of my mind. I still knew how to do it perfectly. I would say like Haunted Castle, Worms, Space Station, I think Oasis or Ancient, whichever one had like a lot of stuff going on. It was, oh, you have to do something, bounces off something, weird walls. Sometimes there's like a weird curve, and it's like a ramp like this, and you have to go in like this, and then hit the bottom and go like that. And if you're off by an inch, it will just fly off the side. But that's pretty much it in terms of that. The DLC trophies, except for like the one that are just 3 levels and you have to play them, they're all the same. There's 4 of them, and I would say I wasn't even going to do the DLC. I was going to either put this off or just not bother. Thankfully, at the exact time I went to do this, at the exact time I thought about this, it just happened to be on sale. The whole, not the DLC, just the whole like special edition of the game, which have all the DLC except one. Which I'm not going to make any claims here, but something about that feels dirty. Considering the DLC itself was like €11, and then the game with all the other DLC, I don't know if it added up to much of a difference in price. It might have been more. So that felt a bit shady, I will admit that. But since it was all on sale, I just went for it. Every DLC is exactly the same. It has 4 locations, and they each have 4 trophies. Beat the stage under par, play on basketball, and play on the hockey one. For the basketball and hockey one, you don't even have to play. You can just forfeit every hole. The score doesn't matter. So if you want to just do it like that, you could honestly just turn it on and let the time limit do the thing. Every round would be 2 holes. So if you want to turn it on, and for the 9 course or 9 hole courses, come back in half an hour and it'd be done. Honestly, that's kind of what I did. I was doing something else in the background, so I just left it there. Instead of having to go start down, 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 X, left, yes, forfeit, and then wait, I just left it. We'll say 35 minutes to account for loading. The courses were tough. 2 of them weren't too bad, but oh my, the corrupted forest, the specific of the shots you have to make here. I think it was like a pair of 58 by the end, and I would have times that I get near to the hundreds. Olympian Coliseum, I think it was called, but Olympian something anyway. Tough as well, but ton of fun. A lot of fun stuff going on. Lots of floating jetpack style things. Lots of just like crazy golden roads. Be flying around when you have to jump at the right time. Ton of fun. Cloud jumping could have been really annoying, but I liked it a lot. The corrupted forest was annoying because again, it had one of those curvy ones, like curve here, hole here, so you had to go whoop. And like I said, if you were off by a tiny bit, you just like whoop, boom, 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 fall. Infuriating. It was the only time in the entire game I had to actually look up a guide for one shot, because not only did I not know how to do good, I didn't know how to get to the hole. Like, it was like there's a path here, and you had to get over here, and there was a curvy thing here. Nothing in between. But thankfully, you get a hole in one, just like go boing, bounce, skip it all. I don't know how you do it without it. It was fucking crazy. Yeah. There's also one silly trophy, but I won't spoil it. It'd be a disservice. It's something to do to practice. It does the trophy, it's like find something in the practice mode. I don't know how you'd find it without just spending a lot of time, but I guess that's the idea. Overall, I had genuinely one of my favorite games I played all year. I had it was a great game, especially there's nothing to it. It's just aim the correct way, hit the thing. You could do this while doing anything else. You could do this while watching something in the background, listening to something, and you would have, even if you're tired, and just kind of lie back and enjoy. It was a great chill game, no matter how pissed off I could get. It's like that when you get to like hole 17 out of 18, you probably, even if every hole takes like 30 seconds, you've still been there for possibly 10 to 15 minutes. Probably for maybe for like the 10th, 20th time, and oops, I did bad. There's no retry option. I have to wait for this. I have to wait for my ball to come back up because it won't let me reset. But 90% of this time, fucking adored. With that, I suppose let's just get into the rankings. Fun factor. I can't pretend I didn't have a blast with this. I wished, I hope there's a sequel or something. I hope there's something else like this. I need something again like this. This was just in my rotation for so long, and I'm almost disappointed the DLC was so quick for me, because I finished that in like a couple of days. And until you actually do finish this game, there's always one more course, and oh, I wish there was more. If they release more DLC for this, I'd pick it up in a heartbeat. A DLC, a sequel, absolutely. In terms of pure fun, just going for the platinum. I just have to. I'll give it a full on fucking 8. Would I give it a 9 if I had? I might be more tempted at least give it a 9 if I had like a retry option and let you reset easier. But I think 8 is solid because again, there's not much to it other than just playing. But it's such a nice long chill game. Difficulty? I'm not even going to change the answer. Just again, 8. I was not exaggerating when I said this was fucking hard. Especially when there's an 18 hole course. That's a lot to remember. You have to remember, like, okay, on this one, I aimed here and did 3.5 bars of power, and you have to keep so much in your head. And like, if you're off by a fucking tiny, you can even look at a guide and try to match up as exact as possible. You're still probably going to fly off in a different direction because you have to be exact. Like, hitting at a 28-degree angle at 90% power can be very different than 30 degrees at 95. They're massively different. And in terms of like on screen, it doesn't look like it until you fucking hit the thing. But I'm glad it was difficult because if this was easier, I would have been done faster and I would not have had so much fun. Oh, what a game! For time, I'm not sure. I was surprised when I saw it. I'm not sure if it's because it was higher or lower than I expected, but higher because I just didn't feel like because I had so much fun. Lower because I remember having multiple nights just like where I would just be like, okay, I'll try one more time, and I'd be just there for fucking hours saying, okay, one more go, one more go. It took me, including the DLC, which probably had like 3, maybe 4 hours, but 43 hours. 43 hours of a perfectly matched mix of this is fucking incredible. I'm absolutely loving it. I love it's such a chill, nice game, and wow, let me retry, you stupid fox. And sometimes you will get, oh, I think actually on the last trophy, I'm pretty sure it happened where I was like, yeah, it was like get 60 for a pair, and I think I got 61. Ugh. That's a moment that you never forget. And for an overall, what we'll just overall, I think we will just dock 1 point for not really having much to it, and just for the stuff like not having a retry option, which should be a fucking standard on a PS4, PS5 days, and not being able to reset. And I think yeah, I think overall, a 7 is fair for the entire game overall. I think that's fair for the whole platinum overall. I wish I had a bit more variety with the trophy as well. Maybe there could be a few fun things like I don't know, some random things if you bounce off in the right place. I don't know, whatever. They could add more modes too. Maybe what's another? Maybe what's other? What other sports could they have? I don't know. Let's have a 100 meter dash. Okay, kidding, but I think it's fair. I would love to play another game like this. It's the perfect kind of chill, repetitive, but just slowly picking away and getting better thing. It's kind of like the same way like something like Tony Hawk or Velocity if you've ever played that. Just where you have a thing to do. Here's a stage. Pick away. Oh, tried, did terrible. Tried, did terrible. Tried, okay, almost out of the terrible, and then sometimes you'll do absolutely fine. It's just a slow, painful but beautiful process. I'm so glad I picked this up because I don't know why I avoided it for so long. Because I had it download for a while. I might be completely off base here, but I think I might be mixing it up, or it might have started with you're in a room and you hit the ball and there's like property everywhere. And you have to destroy it all and you get money. And I might have been mixing it up with that. I'm not even sure what game that is, but this is much better. But yeah, that's it for now. As for what I'll be doing here next, the next two on my list are Another Crab's Treasure, which, oh, I have some words, and Monopoly, which, oh god, the next two of these are going to go on forever, aren't they? I'm going to yell about those for so long. Oh, I better not do this like 12 hours before I want to do something. If there's, oh my god, those two games are going to make me go on for a while. Oh, that's going to be, oh my god. Just thinking for two in a row. But yeah, after that, who knows? Anyway, so as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one. I absolutely recommend this. If you like these kind of games, if this looks like fun, especially now when it's on sale. It's on sale, it's like the 5th. Definitely recommend it. It could give you dozens of hours of fun. If not, tens. If you're not terrible like I was, probably some. But, and yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you for the next one. See you for the next platinum.